A space shrimp and a chaos god walk into a bar. Who wins? To answer that question, I have brought my old reliable friend, the other Destiny scaler on YouTube, Solar. Say hi.
What's going on, guys?
Don't worry, fellas. He doesn't bite the crowd much, but he does have some takes you like.
I am the mountain upon which all swords shatter! Hone your edge against me!
Okay, so Xivu Arath, ever since the Books of Sorrow, has been propped up as one of the strongest when it comes to war out of the three Hive Gods. And this includes the different facets of war, such as the tactics or the strategy. Damn it, I messed up again. Fuck. My bad, man.
Too late, leaving it in.
Okay. Oh, so I can just keep talking?
Yes.
Okay, word. So since the Books of Sorrow, she has been propped up as the strongest when it comes to war. This includes the different facets like tactics, strategy, or even the physical side like killing. Her main appearances include Season of the Hunt, where she physically made her appearance in the Story of Destiny, and this was through the use of Wrathborn. By the way, Wrathborn are an enemy type that is under her control. This includes things like the Cabal, Hive, and Fallen. But anyways, another main appearance was Season of the Lost, where she tried to stop the ritual between Mara-Sov and Savathun, in which Mara-Sov was trying to convert Savathun to the light side from the dark. She of course failed because of us, we stepped in. And more recently, Season of the Seraph, she tried a ritual which was similar to the one in Torbattle, which allowed her to overtake the planet. However, Rasputin didn't allow that to happen. And even more recently, I guess, she tried attacking Titan in order to take Asa, which was a proto-worm that escaped Fundament. And we eventually stopped that as well. I guess it would be a good time to mention that she is also the strongest Hive God due to her being the only one alive. There could be some contention when Savathun resurrects in the next season, so I guess just keep an eye out for that. She's also the creator of a fighting style called Opera Ontology, which includes psychological and physical warfare. And this is also a good time to mention that, with her being the god of war, she derives her strength from war and the things of war.
This prison in between, it will shatter. But I need power. I am pain. I am terror. I am Nezarec.
Nezarec, the pain god we all know and love. The man with 7 eyes that lost one and got it back when he got his body back. So, what's his shtick? Nezarec is a chaos entity. He derives pleasure from pain, terror, and screams. The elements of a chaos god you'd hear exactly from DC. He is as immortal as they come. If he has enough fear built up, he can quite literally rebuild his body from nothing. The whole thing with Nezarec is, while he doesn't have much in the form of a timeline, he has very powerful and very lethal abilities. The only thing to keep in mind with Nezarec is that if he doesn't have enough fear built up, he cannot rebuild his body again. Something to keep in mind though with him is that he has telekinetic abilities on par with the Scions, and it was directly made as a comparison back in Neomuna right after the Root of Nightmares raid. So, who wins? Solar, I'll let you give your take first.
Well, I remember when we were talking about it, we were saying that it was gonna go on for at least a couple of hours, but if anything, I think it's gonna be Nezarec that wins. Nezarec is not only stronger than Xivu Arath, but I feel like at the same time, Xivu Arath's different hacks and abilities are going to be a little bit tricky for Nezarec to kind of like deal with. So, and vice versa. You know, it'll go both ways for either side. Like they have to spend some time to figure out each other's weaknesses, or even just how each other's powers work. So ultimately, I do think Nezarec will come out the victor.
Here's my opinion. When talking about Nezarec, the debate between him and Xivu Arath comes down to this. Do you put her upscaling above his feat of directly absorbing a lot of energy from the Tree of Silver Wings? Or do you put Nezarec's feat of absorbing a lot of energy from the Tree of Silver Wings above Xivu's upscaling? I think we're all going to say that's a little of a toughie, but we're probably going to go with Nezarec absorbing all that energy from a Tree of Silver Wings because it downscale from the Traveler as a certain percentage in power because of how big it was when it was fully grown. It's the biggest Tree of Silver Wings we've ever seen, so it had to have the most power of every tree we've ever seen. Beside what we would see in the garden, but we've not seen what was in the garden. The only thing to keep in mind left with Nezarec and Xivu Arath is, while Nezarec is more powerful, I honestly think he's as intelligent or more intelligent. Depends on how you scale him intellectually to Savathun, Callus, and the Witness. But besides that, you have his light abilities, which he can't kill Xivu Arath with darkness, she'll just get stronger from darkness. So he's forced to kill Xivu Arath using his purification abilities. Now, while I'm sure he could kill her with his darkness abilities, it'd more than likely be a lot harder. So I think this would come down to mid-high diff to high diff. I don't really have much else I really want to say. If you want to say anything, Solar, go ahead before I conclude.
I mean, well, yeah, no, I do agree. It's not going to be like a easy stomp for either side. It's more in favor of Nezarec, like I said before, so yeah.
So in conclusion, Xivu Arath is pretty tough, but we all agree Nezarec more than likely outscales her because of his lore, which seems to just outweigh hers fundamentally.
Yeah.
I don't really have much else to add. I'm going to let Solar say his outro, then we're going to dip.
Yeah, guys, you know, I hope you had a great time watching. Hope all the explanations of each side's powers and abilities made sense. And yeah, see you next time.